Ladies and gentlemen, this week, ISIS put out a fatwa on disabled children and killed dozens of them because of their disability. Now, I am the father of a disabled child. I know and have known the face of evil.
You may not have seen the preliminary Republican presidential debate Tuesday night, but we all should heed the words of Rick Santorum about the truly evil intent of ISIS. Presidential campaigns are important, but there's something more important and more elemental to our existence. How do we individually and collectively deal with the reality of evil? How can we reconcile a world full of death, disease, suffering, and yes, evil with the God of the Bible? Canadian evangelist Charles Templeton said he could not, and it cost him his faith. For Mother Teresa of Calcutta, no intellectual reconciliation was needed. In the fall of 1946, she said she received a divine directive. Quote, "I was to leave the convent and help the poor while living among them. It was an order. To fail would have been to break the faith," end quote. And so began an incredible ministry in the slums of Calcutta with an international impact. Mother Teresa was a miracle worker, literally. Word comes today from the Vatican that Pope Francis has credited a second miracle to her intercession, which paves the way for her recognition as a saint. But as Mother Teresa would freely acknowledge, even a saint is a sinner in need of a savior. The day we will celebrate a week from today symbolizes God's gift to us of salvation through belief in his Son. As John wrote in his gospel, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." Good overcomes evil. Life overcomes death. Grace is a gift freely given. I'll be away from this desk for the next 2 weeks, so have a blessed Christmas and a joyous New Year. And that's the way I see it. Now, it's time for the way you see it, your comments via social media. First, we hear from Bruce writing in about our interview with Sarah Palin and the kind words she had for Dr. Ben Carson. He writes, "Sarah Palin's comments on Dr. Carson are spot on. He is level-headed, extremely intelligent, and is the only candidate that I believe is totally honest, innocent, and untainted. Contrast him with Hillary. She is definitely the anti-Carson." Next, we hear from Annie, who is very upset with the ominous omnibus bill that passed earlier today in the House. She writes, "This is it. I'm ready to march on Washington. Well, at least push my walker. The omnibus is the last straw." And finally, we hear from Ron, who I should acknowledge because he gave me the idea for the opening of this broadcast. Ron writes, "I have been a Republican since Barry Goldwater. No more. Last year, the GUP, Give Up Party, promised they would stop Obama if we, the voters, gave them majorities in both houses of Congress. The GUP has done nothing but break that promise for the past 13 months. Enough is enough." Our thanks to Ron and everyone who had a comment, and our thanks to you for the comments you're preparing to send us. You're asking, how do I send you comments, JD? Well, here's the way you do it. Send them to newsmaxtv.com/comments. Now, for those you see and those you don't, stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.